Okay, Emma Bennett, ASPE. Okay, Emma, from the clip you just watched, can you identify and describe all the strengths and weaknesses of one performer? Describe the major weaknesses and create a viable action plan to improve the performer. Can you describe mass participation and elite opportunities both locally and nationally? And finally, describe the health benefits of participating in netball. Okay, good luck.
So after looking at the Green Centre, her major strengths were firstly her 3-foot mark. She was always 3 foot away, so she was never called up for obstruction. Her arms covered the ball and the area around the ball, so this applied good pressure, which often resulted in the other player throwing the ball away, so doing a bad throw, or she'd get a tip, which gave her team a better chance of gaining possession. She also had a good variety of passes, so she'd use bounce passes, chest passes and shoulder passes. This made it unpredictable to defend, so it was harder for the other team to defend it. One of her tactical strengths was her communication. She'd, whenever she got free, she'd say yes, but she'd only say it when she was free. So her team knew that she was an option when she was actually free. One of her fitness strengths was her core strength. This showed when she was doing a 3-foot mark, as she was able to hold it for the full 3 seconds. She never fell in, and so there was never an obstruction call, so the other team didn't get a free pass. Some of her major weaknesses were, firstly, tactical weakness was on the opponent's centre pass. She'd always mark the ball. Instead, she could have doubled up on the wing attack or the goal attack, which would have put more pressure on that player to have to come out and receive the pass, so that her team would have had a better chance of intercepting the ball if she'd have double marked. However, she did the same one for every centre pass, which didn't really put much pressure on the other team. One of her fitness weaknesses was her speed. Often she struggled to keep up with her player, and so her player found it easy to receive the passes. She also was slow to get round the player when the player had received the ball to do the 3-foot mark, so it was often easy for her centre to do the pass without anyone marking her. One of her major skill weaknesses was the shoulder pass. She didn't step into the pass, so she didn't transfer her weight, so there was a lack of power behind the ball. She didn't use a non-throwing arm to direct the ball, so it was often off target, and the passes were very loopy and weak. Instead, they should have been flat and hard. So that would be the major weakness to prioritise, because she needs to step in and transfer her weight so it can be more powerful. For this, it would be a 6-week plan, 3 times a week for 30 minutes. At the start and end, I'd do a test with a target on the wall, and she'd stand 5 metres away, and I'd see how many times she can hit the target in a minute, and I'd do that at the end and the start of the programme. So the progressive practices would be, firstly, in pairs, 5 metres away, just doing a shoulder pass, but making sure she's focusing on the coaching points, such as stepping in. And then the next one would increase the distance to 8 metres. And then after that, the other person would drive out diagonally to provide a moving target, which is more similar to a game. And then the next one would add a defender to the other person driving out, so that she's got to also think about getting the ball past the defender, not just the coaching points of the pass. And then after that, I'd add a defender doing a 3-foot mark on her, so that she's got to think about getting it past 2 defenders to the attacker, as this is what would happen in a game. And then finally, I'd do a 4v4 passing game in the centre third, using mainly shoulder passes, but a variety of passing. And she'd have to focus on all the coaching points to make sure the ball gets to where it needs to go. The opportunities for netball locally and nationally for mass participation and elite are, firstly, there's an initiative by England Netball called High Five Netball, which is a 5-a-side game for 9 to 11-year-olds, and they rotate around all the positions so they can gain a feel for the game. And then you can go on to play for your school and you might play local matches with other schools. There's also the chance to qualify for the regional schools tournament and then the national schools tournament, which is for under 14s and under 16s. And you can join a club, so for example High Peak Netball Club or Stockport Netball Club, and these compete in local leagues. Then after this you can go on to trial for Satellite Academy, which is in your county, so either Derbyshire or Cheshire. And then after this you can trial for County Academy, which is for school years aged 9 to 11. Then after this it's Regional Academy, which is in your region, so North West or East Midlands, and here you might start doing more like other elements of netball such as strength and conditioning and fitness. There's also better facilities and better coaching here. Then for the talented people in here, they go up to the Regional XL, which gives them better competition and better coaching. And then you can trial for the National Academy, which is for under 17s and under 19s. And then after this you can be selected for the England under 21s, which play in tournaments such as the World Youth Championships. And then finally the senior team, you can be selected for this, and these compete in like internationally in the Commonwealth Games. Also the Netball Super League is the top level competition for netballers in the UK. There's 8 teams from England and Wales who play against each other. Also England Netball have another initiative called Back to Netball, which is for over 16-year-olds who have stopped playing to get back into playing netball. And there's a lot of venues all over the country, so it's widely available to everyone. Also there's a lot more males involved in netball, so there's a lot more male leagues being set up across the country, and also there's a lot more male umpires, especially in the Super League. The health benefits of netball: firstly, by training and playing regularly, there's respiratory benefits, so there's increased numbers of alveoli in the lungs, which makes gas exchange more efficient. There's increased strength of respiratory muscles such as the scalenes and the intercostal muscles, which also makes gas exchange more efficient. There's a reduced risk of diseases such as bronchitis, and by training regularly it helps to control asthma. The cardiovascular benefits are that it improves your cardiovascular fitness, which also helps to improve your cardiovascular health. So it reduces the amount of high cholesterol in your blood, which reduces coronary heart disease, angina and heart attacks. It reduces your blood pressure as well. Also, if you're training very regularly, so mainly for elite level performers, you can get bradycardia, which is resting heart rate of less than 60 beats per minute. There's also, by training, you can get hypertrophy of the heart muscle, which is where the heart becomes bigger and stronger so that it can work more efficiently. The musculoskeletal benefits are there's a reduced risk of osteoarthritis because the articular cartilage thickens, there's more synovial fluid produced, and the ligaments become stronger and more elastic. There's a reduced risk of osteoporosis because the bones become stronger. Also more muscle tone around the joints helps with joint stability. By training you can get muscular hypertrophy, which is when the muscles become bigger and stronger, and this enables them to contract with a greater force and work more efficiently. The social benefits are that you can improve social skills such as communication, leadership and teamwork. You can improve your self-confidence by meeting new people and also by learning new skills. It helps you to lose weight or to maintain a healthy weight if you're training regularly, and this reduces the strain on your joints. Yeah.
Well done, thanks Emma.